Was Bob Allison on that team? I don't know if he was with Minnesota, Washington. I don't think so. All right. All right. So outside of Roy Sievers and uh, you name two more Washington Senators. Okay, two more. Albie Pearson doesn't count either. I think he was on that team. All right. Name two: Camilo Pascual and Pedro Ramos. Sorry, that was too easy. All right. Minnesota, they have 16 games within their division, and they enter a phase coming off 9-7 win over Tampa, in which they led 7-0 before the Royals scored 5 runs. They lead the division by 11.5. They visit Cleveland and Detroit this week. Boy, they could really blow it out. All right. They took 3 or 4 from the Rays. They've won 10 out of 12, 15 out of 18, and Mitch Garver was activated off the injured list. And what about this kid Odorizzi? Holy mackerel. Nelson Cruz, by the way, went 1 for 3 in A ball, but there's no hurry to bring him back. No hurry. He's expected to be activated in time for the Indians game on Tuesday. And Odorizzi, 16 scoreless innings over 3 outings, 0.65. Should he be in that mix with Hyun-Jin Ryu and whoever else I mentioned? Is he one of the top pitchers? Odorizzi, Giolito, let's rank them. Giolito, Odorizzi, and Ryu. A year ago, Odorizzi was 7-10 in 32 starts. Now, Aaron Judge, sprained oblique, has been hitting in a cage. Not a timetable yet, but he's doing well. Betances, 30-pitch bullpen session, expected to face hitters for the first time. Bird is out with a plantar fascia in his left foot. He's scheduled to start running. He's not coming back soon. Stanton, at Sunday, ran outside, did defensive drills, and he hit Saturday. Didi Gregorius, hitless Sunday as a DH in AAA, but coming back. Tulowitzki is over the left calf strain, could begin rehab. Is it possible that the Yankees are overachieving right now, and when the Judge and the Stanton and the DD and all these guys come back, the Yankees will absolutely regress? How many times have you seen a good team lose a star, have everybody band together, and then when the star comes back, bingo, it's happened? Remember when the Cardinals traded Pujols? Bingo. What happened? The Cardinals kept winning. When A-Rod was taken off of Seattle, they kept winning. Time and time again. You lose your star player, and teams get better. We'll see. But can you lose 3 star players? 29-30, the Athletics are 10.5 games behind but this is taking longer than I thought, 10-game road trip starting Tuesday. The Athletics have 28 home runs in the last 10 games, right? But they're not getting clutch hits. Laureano, career high hitting streak, 15 games. He's 21 for 61, hitting 344. And finally, we mentioned Marco Gonzalez. Started the season 5-0, winning 5 of his first 7 starts. But over the last 7 starts, 32 innings, 44 hits, 28 earned runs, 7.8 ERA. That's bad. And Joey Gallo, he reached out to Aaron Judge. That's scary. This injury could be a little concerning. All right? So just be careful. Danny Santana, a must pick up. So it's a tough one. Okay? Woodward says he wants to take a look at Delino DeShields to be called up with Gallo's injury, and we'll see. And, of course, in Toronto, Aaron Sanchez, he's been on the market since the winter meetings, and there's been nothing. So, 13th start. He's now lost 5 straight decisions. Ken Giles, he went into the 8th inning because he has he's got a 42% strikeout rate. But there's no opportunities for him. And Kevin Biggio, looking to use the left-hander, made his first appearance in right field. And that takes care of the tidbits of the day. All right, I hope that was acceptable. A little less on the game information, and that's the kind of thing we'll be doing for the rest of the week. Now let's get to some two-start pitchers on Monday. We'll be doing this every Monday, maybe even Sunday. So we'll see. You got it. Madison Baumgartner is a guy that he's going against the Mets and the Dodgers. And even though the Dodgers scoring so many runs, they should be. Of course, you start Madison Baumgartner. Okay, you start Masahiro Tanaka going against two very weak teams, Toronto and Cleveland. Some of these there's just no choice there. Are you going after Wade Miley? Robbie Ray's going against the Dodgers and Toronto. John Lester against the Angels and the Cardinals, and both away. I'm a little concerned. Here's the thing about two-start pitchers, and I take the position, if you're doing well in the category, play defense. Don't, if you can make daily moves, only start them against one. Start being a little selective on your pitchers when they have bad matchups. Okay, it's hard to sit Baumgartner. It's hard to sit. Mike Minor is going against Baltimore and Oakland. Frankie Montas, he's going against the Angels and Texas, both away. He got hit a little hard. He was rolling. He had struck out 19, 2 earned runs prior to last week's games. But I look for him to bounce back. He'll put strikeouts up against Texas. So there you go. Don't overthink the two starts. Wade Miley has got a 2.8 ERA or something like that. His last 150 innings. So he's not going to strike out a lot of guys. But look, you just got to be careful. Now Lester is actually at home, and he's got a 1.9 ERA at Wrigley. So let's just. I read that wrong. All right. I'm not really sure. Yeah, that's right. No, Lester at home against the Angels and St. Louis. Yeah, I'll pitch him at home. Okay? I'll pitch him at home. Most of the time, Shane Bieber, he's at home he's facing Minnesota at home and the Yankees. Shane Bieber is one guy that I might sit, especially if you're in a head-to-head league. I think he's going to get hit in one of those games. So I might want to sit Shane Bieber if you really want to start playing defense. Mike Minor, he's got a big strand rate that we know, but still, to start him against the Orioles with his home run, propensity to give up home runs, to start it at home against the Athletics. That's the reason that I'm starting Mike Minor. All right, he's got a home against the Baltimore and at home against Oakland. All right. Now, as far as some lesser pitchers, you got Kikuchi. One of these starts is going to be as the opener. So he's at L.A. He's at home against Houston. Kikuchi is maybe somebody that I may sit. You sit unless you need to take a gamble. He's a risk. Corbin Martin I don't even know if Corbin Martin's starting. Pablo Lopez at Milwaukee, at Atlanta. I would not start Pablo Lopez. Okay, I would not. And by the way, in Oakland, when Kikuchi, it was the third time that they saw him. The Astros will be the first time. The Angels are going to be the second time, so I'm going to sit Kikuchi, okay? Pablo Lopez, he's got a 1.8 ERA at home and an 8.2 ERA on the road, okay? How about that? No, I'm not starting him. Not starting him. He's got an 8.2 ERA on the road. He faces Milwaukee and at home against Atlanta. I know he's got a 1.8 at home. So that one start against Milwaukee, I don't know. That scares me. I would only start him if I was desperate, okay? Desperate. Now, Dylan Bundy's got 2 starts on the road, Texas and Houston. Forget about it. Trevor Cahill, he's at the Cubs and he is at home against Seattle. Um, yeah, I wouldn't start him. I wouldn't start Trevor Kidd. Genesis Cabrera is at the Cubs and Cincinnati. I would only start him if I was behind. Eric Lauer is at home against Philadelphia and Washington. I would start Eric Lauer. At home, he's a terrific pitcher. So I would start Eric Lauer, okay? Jonathan Cole is here, okay? Yeah, George, you don't like, do you think you should start Pablo Lopez in his 2 games or not? Okay? I say nada. Now, of course, anytime you have pitchers like Blake Snell or Luis Castillo was at St. Louis and Philadelphia. That's a tough one. And with Philadelphia only having now 3 left-handed hitters, I might not start Castillo against Philadelphia. I'd start him against St. Louis. Max Fried is at Pittsburgh and Miami. Yeah, I would start him at Miami. That's a big one. Chris Paddock is at home against Philadelphia and Washington. If he was on the road, I wouldn't start him. Okay, but he's on the road. James Paxton is at Toronto and Cleveland, 2 very bad teams. Just because he's on the road doesn't matter. And there you have it. That's the 2-start pitchers. I'll get a little better at it. Okay. And yes, Mitch Horston, if you're still in the chat room, I thought Andrea had spoke to you. Apologize. We'll get to you today. Okay? Today. No question. Okay? No question. Yes, indeed. So anyway, that takes care of that. Just want to run down some of the things that we might have missed. Okay? To give you an idea of some of the players that we've been watching, some of their performances over the weekend. Aldemaro Vargas filling in very nicely. He had multiple hits for the 4th time in 5 starts. He 2 for 3 on Sunday. If you're in a deep league, Christian Walker 2 for 4. He's come alive. He's got 3 multi-hit efforts in his last 4. All right, Pablo Sandoval. You may not like him, but he's the best hitter in San Francisco. There you go. Brandon Belt reached base 3 times. Unbelievable for Brandon Belt. Luke Jackson, 1 run. Gave up a home non-save situation. Okay? Jordan Lyles, 4 runs, 8 hits, losing my voice. He's lost his 2nd straight start. I think the Jordan Lyles run is over. He's lost his 2nd straight start. Now, I picked up Fernando Rodney in Tout Wars. He's in the Washington AAA system. Doolittle, he had a 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout during his 12th save, but he posted 3 straight uneventful saves when he struck out 5 batters and allowed only 1 hit in 3 innings. 12 for 14, 30 strikeouts, but he's got a 3.2 ERA, 1.28 whip. Fernando Rodney may get some saves, so you want to jump on him real. If you need saves, get him. All right, get him. The Kevin Cron promotion, demotion, promotion. Absolutely. Sonny Gray ran into some tough luck. Gray actually has posted a 2.28 batting average against, yet he's got a 3.5 ERA. Go figure. Hunter Renfroe continues. And Renfroe had a great second half last year. So Fran Mill and Renfroe both have 17 home runs. Garrett Cooper, 4th home run of the year. It was a 2-out solo home run against Matt Strahm. But I got to tell you, Cooper now has hit safely 4 games in a row. So there you go. And that's the National League highlights. And, of course, Jock Peterson had a 2-run home run. He is just having a great season. He usually sits against lefties, but he's now tied for 4th in the majors with 18 home runs. How about that? And now over in the American League, not quite as active as the National League. Give you some good tidbits on the American League. Derek Fisher batted leadoff, 2nd time in 3 games. So he's filling up the Springer spot. He's hit safely in 5 or 6 games. So he'll stick around. But when Springer comes around, he's going to lose a lot of time. Christian Stewart, 3 for 5 with a home run.